Schwoke Lords. It is your boy,
Schweezy.
back at it again with another episode of Cancel,
Schweezy.
the show where I attempt to cancel myself by saying opinions that are true, but you think could be offensive, but you're also thinking them at the same time. Like, for example, one strong opinion I have is that Dove chocolate tastes a lot better than Dove soap. And if you want to cancel me because of that very strong opinion, go ahead. Email address is theshwedcast@gmail.com. Send us your inquiries, concerns, questions, comments, and I even give advice too. So go hit us up there. If you're on the YouTubes right now, if you're just listening to this, check us out on YouTube. It's gonna be it's a lot cooler there, video, and I try to add a little bit of pizzazz there. Both there's just one channel, the Schwedcast, and that's where both Cancel Schweezy and
The Schwedcast
are both on. So you can just get both those shows. It's basically two birds with one subscribe. So subscribe, hit there. Even if you're on audio only, smash that like button, subscribe, rate us. All that stuff really matters and what builds the community and the show and builds the show up, Buttercup. So you definitely want to check that out. That's the best way. Look, every Monday and Thursday over on twitch.tv/the Schweezy, I stream video games. Currently, they said they shipped it today. Pikmin 3, I'm hoping to start that soon. They shipped it today, so I'm not sure if I'll get it on Monday. If not, next Thursday, that's when it's going to come out. Oh, the Monday today if I get it. If not, I don't know what I'll play. I'll probably just find something fun to play. I kind of want to do like a very... might do an indie game or something like that, so go check that out. Also, go check me out and subscribe on Twitch. Twitch has two buttons, subscribe and follow and subscribe. Now, the follow button is free, doesn't cost you anything, but if you have an Amazon Prime account and what you can do is hook it up to your Twitch account and you get that follow, and it definitely supports me. If not, like usually a subscribe is like $5 a month. And so with just that, like if you don't use that on Twitch, Jeff Bezos gets an extra $5 and you want to take that away from him. It's just basically complimentary of them to do that. So better do that. Better hit the subscribe button. If you already have an account, it helps support me directly and this channel. Basically the video game streams, the Schwedcast, my music, it's all kind of one big thing. So just doing that, that supports me as well. You can also, for free, if you already have an account, if you're on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever listening service you listen to, go follow Schweezy, that's me,
Schweezy,
because I have music on there and I'm getting more music coming on there. So if you follow and like and download and save the songs from there, you basically get it when I release it. And it's also great because I know streams don't cost that much, but if you already have Spotify or Apple Music and you just want to add me to your playlist, it's very cool. I always like hearing that. If you listen to me, I always like to hear what you like and dislike on the songs, and that I actually really like criticism. Well, I mean, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Obviously, I say that I encourage criticism, and then I get criticism. I'm like, what the fuck did you just say about me? But no. Very, 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 very cool about that. But also, one of the greatest ways, if you want to be above and beyond with supporting me, we do have a Patreon page. Currently, it is $5 a month. And with those $5, you get ad-free episodes of the Schwedcast and Cancel Schweezy, both together. Really set it apart. And it's better because I sometimes get annoyed with ads. I have YouTube Premium because I think ads are annoying. And with that, now I don't deal with ads. Only thing I have is Hulu and regular cable when I want to watch TLC content. So, it's pretty brutal. Pretty fucking brutal. I'm seeing a typo in my notes here. But anyways, but the best thing you can do is just like and subscribe us wherever you listen to your podcasts. Hold on, I got to fix this. Wherever you get your podcast, because that's the best way. I feel like it is the best way, but it's the easiest way. And doing something for free is easy. The show takes a lot to get going. The Schwedcast gets a lot to get going. So I appreciate you, as we would say. But that's all my announcements I have for right now. So let's get into the news. Don't need money, don't take fame, don't need no credit card to ride this train. Small and exciting, can be cruel sometimes, but it might just save your life. That's the power of love. Bam. Cool. All right, let's get into the news. I got a couple articles. Obviously, we are aware that Joe Biden has won the presidency, and as of right now, it is the Friday before, so it's Friday the 13th. Ooh, pretty bad for me. So as of this point, Trump has not conceded. He's basically all our votes are in, but he refuses to concede, and so we could be on the brink of a civil war. He replaced like the Pentagon guy or whatever, and so. It just all depends on if Trump's like, do not let them take me out of office. And they're talking about like he's smoothing into his second term. Like, dude, you lost. Like, we don't need. I just feel like within regards to that, like, stop being a little bitch about losing. You know what? Like, did you see liberals weren't happy that Trump was going into office in 2016, but then again, they didn't undermine our democracy, and people tried to compare it to like the Russia. Like, there was actually something to investigate, and they found Trump not guilty. So, anyways, there's no proof of ballot fraud or whatever, and they're just making that shit up. Anyways, though, so that's where we are. I'm not going to get too into that, but I do have another thing we can look at here. I have some other political encouraged articles, so we're getting into the news because that's the power of love. President not backing down, staff told at meeting as ex-aide says Melania planning divorce. This is from The Independent. Let's see what we got here. Donald Trump's inner circle have been told the president is not backing down on his objections to the results of the U.S. presidential election after losing to Joe Biden. As the First Lady, Melania Trump is reportedly planning to leave him and end their 15-year marriage. She was married for him for 15 years? Is that Trump's longest marriage? That dude's old as fucking ugly. I can't believe. Like, do you think Melania... I guarantee Melania's never received an orgasm from him. I just know it. Melania is counting every minute until he is out of office and she can divorce former White House aide Omarosa Manigault Newman. I don't love the first two names, and then the last name's Newman. I'm not being racist. I just think it's funny. Like, I knew someone, she had a Middle Eastern name, and but I pretended her middle name was Elizabeth because it just sounded kind of funny with, like, Elizabeth is a very white name. Newman, I don't think I've met any black people named Newman. Yeah, there's only one Newman that really comes to mind. He's on Seinfeld. We're not going to auto-tune that one. She told that to the Mail on Sunday, suggesting Mrs. Trump would wait until January to save the president the ultimate humiliation of leaving his side while still in office and avoid any possible retaliation. Well, he's going to retaliate. Like, he loses an election fair and square, and he's trying to retaliate there. I think we're all going to be on your side, Melania, so I don't think you have to worry about that. I mean, like, when they make fun of... When we made fun of Melania, I included, it's mainly... her being foreign and like the hot wife of a very fat, ugly, rich guy. And so with that, that's the idea there. It's like, you're making fun of her for that. Oh man, there was like that phone call that was leaked. Molly's like, I hate Christmas decorating. And people are like, oh, I can't believe she didn't like it. Well, it's like, also like, this is not what she signed up for. What she signed up for was to be hot and married an old rich dude who is ugly but has a lot of money. That's all she signed up for. So I think, Melania, I think you are duped in your marriage, and I'm glad you're getting a divorce. Meanwhile, a hotline set up by the Trump team to allow members of the public to report instances of suspected voter fraud with a view of further investigation in support of the president's legal objections into the results have been overrun with prank calls with the Lincoln Project and TikTok users among those, encouraging followers to flood the line with spoof messages. Oh, today I keep getting like spam phone calls on my phone, so I started playing them
Come on, Mark. Don't be stingy.
That, and I got a guy today who's like, Mr. Schwegler, you are very disgusting, or something like that. It's so funny. I need to start filming those. The weird thing is it's on my phone, and then I have to get this camera it's pretty good quality. Eventually we're going to upgrade cameras, but hoping I want to get like a good studio for the Schwegcast. But anyways, no, donate to the Patreon, and you know what they say.
I like that.
So, what's the next thing? Yeah, that's all that's in that project. So, yeah, basically all I can say is, in regards to that, saving him the total embarrassment. He's already embarrassing himself. He lost the election and refuses to concede. It's kind of like, it's getting really embarrassing right now. We're at Friday. We're like, oh, so last Saturday, the day after I recorded episode 5, Trump, like, they announced that, like, with everything how it's turning out, there's no way Trump's winning. Joe Biden is president-elect. And so, like, it's just, you're so far behind. Like, there's no chance of that. And he's demanding recounts where I can see in a couple states where that's like, okay, you could technically do that. But it's the states that, like, the lead is so big, like Nevada, he's so far, Biden is so far ahead. Like, it's every second that passes, it gets more embarrassing until he finally concedes, hopefully. Hopefully he realizes, he's like, I'm stepping down from president, not because I lost, because I didn't lose, but I have this new media network, and it's going to be really great. So I think, hopefully that's the plan. Not because I lost, but maybe they get rid of this electoral college. That's why I lost, or some bullshit like that. Hopefully he just makes up some bullshit on why he lost, and we can all be like, you lost! Anyways, no, I'm very happy for Melania. I hope with her divorce, everything goes well, and I wish there was a way for me personally to help her, but she'll probably get more money. She'll probably be good. He'll have to pay like alimony checks or something like that, I guarantee. But that'd be pretty funny. I hope that's what she gets, and if that does happen, she gets money every month from Trump.
And I really like that.
And maybe she'll never have to work a day in her life, and Maybe she can. Actually, I would like a podcast of Melania. Just like, I'm going to reveal everything about Donald Trump. And I'm like, I am into this. I am listening to every episode. I want to know. I want you to describe his penis in your broken English. No offense, but, you know, it is what it is. Like, let's be serious. Broken English. But, no, I'd be down for that shit. All right, let's move on to the next article I have. Woman demands free Chick-fil-A after claiming she is an FBI agent gets arrested. It's coming from an article in Ozark First, so that sounds like a very valuable news source. I thought this was in Missouri, and then I read this first line. Authorities arrested a woman in Dallas, Georgia, after allegedly tried to convince restaurant workers that she was an FBI agent and should get free food. Even when police officers arrived, the woman apparently continued to claim she was a federal agent. Okay, I guess at some point she was just probably getting crazy and like causing a scene. Kimberly George Ragsdale attempted to get free food from a Chick-fil-A by pretending to be an FBI agent. The Polk County Standard Journal reports employees were apparently not convinced and called 911 to report the woman. Now, that makes a lot of sense. I guess it probably makes sense. She probably sounded like a threat, but somehow she survived from a police encounter. According to the news outlets, this is not the first time Ragsdale has attempted to get free food and has threatened to arrest employees when they don't provide the food. When officers arrived, Ragsdale reportedly continued to claim that she was a federal agent. She allegedly told officers that she had no identification because her credentials were electronic only. I mean, I'm just thinking to myself here for a second, but what I'm kind of just thinking about here is, like, do FBI agents carry their card on them at all times? But also, yeah, that is a weird thing. Like, do FBI agents go undercover? Because, like, of course, if she is it'd be really funny if she was actually an FBI agent and, like, she was just going undercover, but it was like, I need to get some food, but I don't have any money on me. Hey, I'm an FBI agent. Can I get some free food? Shit like that. That'd be pretty funny. I'd enjoy that. And be like, God, can you imagine these fucking fast food employees have to deal with this shit every day? And like when I have to work, I have to like make a phone call to a call center or something like that, or customer service. I always try to at least be nice to the people. And I probably act way too nice to people in like service industry, like food people. Because it's not a fun job. And with that, it's just a lot of shit they have to deal with. And just people, just Karens, just middle-aged Karens who never had to work a hard job in their life, like goes in and demands the world. It feels like they need like 5-star service everywhere. And this person's making minimum $7, $7.25. That's Tennessee. And I think Missouri's a couple cents higher than that. That's how much they're making on like just their like make an hour. And so it's kind of like, I kind of want them to at least do a good job. But like at the same time, it's like I'm going to be understanding with them and like realize that their job is way harder than what they're getting paid for. It's just ridiculous how much these people have to deal with. Let's read some more. Officers placed Ragsdale in handcuffs and arrested her. She reportedly pretended to talk to a supposed radio in her shirt, reporting that she was being arrested and that the FBI needed to send someone to the Rockmart police station. Okay, so I think she might be on a very specific drug. The specifics of I may not know because like I said, I haven't experimented with a lot of drugs. Just alcohol and pot. So like I'm probably not the best person. In a statement obtained by the Polk County Standard Journal, Rockmart Police Chief Randy Turner said, "We are thankful for the observance and professional staff at Chick-fil-A who knew what to do and gathered the info needed for us to make our case and catch her in the act. We would like to inform our citizens to call 911 if someone is claiming to be an officer if they aren't in a marked car or in proper uniform, or if they don't have the proper credentials." I know it's like illegal to impersonate a police officer, but there's that, because what it sounds like in this here, that episode of, there's an episode of Breaking Bad where Walter Jr. was like trying to convince an older guy to buy him beer or whatever, and then the guy's like, "I'm a cop actually," and he wasn't in uniform. "I'm arresting you." I'm like, you can't do that. Oh, and then there's an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine where the guy who plays Jerry, the kid does the voice, Chris Parnell, he was like snorting coke in the bathroom, and Andy Samberg, obviously a police officer on the show Brooklyn Nine-Nine, like caught him and he was like arresting him, but he wasn't on duty. Like, is that okay? I don't believe if you're on duty, if you're a cop and you're on duty and you catch someone doing something illegal, you shouldn't be allowed to do anything. You should not be allowed to do anything. I agree with that. So, if they were not, so yeah, but in this case, they were justifiable. So they had justifiable causes. This woman's being crazy and on drugs or whatever. According to an arrest permit, Ragsdale was charged with impersonating a public officer. So yeah, it is illegal, but also I think it should work the other way around. If you're not in uniform or in your car, you shouldn't be allowed to do that. So, but also fuck cops, because this is the show. This is the show I'm on. This is my show. Suck my dick. Especially if you're a woman and you're interested in me, please let me know, because that's actually a compliment. That's actually a compliment if I like you. All right, here we go. Next topic. We need to get into this. Obese turtle from Manchester put on diet after gaining lockdown pounds. This is from Shropshire Star, so it's probably a United Kingdom area, because I know some places don't like being called the UK. That's in the UK or not? I don't know how Ireland and Scotland deal. I know someone's going to get offended, so I just had to. I'll just say that. Get that out of the way. An obese turtle from Manchester is starting a weight management program, and it's program with an E at the end, after gaining extra lockdown pounds. Oh, poor guy. Cammy, a giant green sea turtle, was put on a diet after tipping the scales during a routine weigh-in. The biannual procedure found there was too many rolls of fat on the turtle's body, particularly around the neck and backside. The sea life favorite has now been put on a strict vegan meal plan, consisting of 550 grams of cauliflower, sprouts of broccoli, and 110 grams of lettuce a day. found with an increased fitness regimen on its fucking turtle. What kind of turtle is this? I don't know. The creature welfare team, and also do increased dives in the ocean tank where Cammy and Emmy both live to encourage her to be more active. Come on, you fat little turtle. Let's get some. You need to lose some weight. Cammy, you fat lard, come get some dinner. Throw them some cauliflower and some lettuce. A senior curator at Sea Life Manchester, Brendan Malone, said giant green sea turtles are well known for having a healthy appetite, and that's certainly true of Cammy. She receives 2 feeds a day, but can regularly be found hovering up anything she comes across. It's why in the wild, turtles are so at risk of pollution. They will literally try and eat anything, including plastic bags, which sadly too often make it into their intestines and prove fatal. See, you learned something today on the show. You learned something on Cancel Schweezy. You're listening to this. We're maybe around 20 minutes in, and you actually learned something on this program. Like, you sat down and you learned something. And for that, I say, let me just pick. Oh, I know the perfect one.
Hashtag pray for Micah.
Because they're both fat. Anyways, whilst turtles don't have an optimum weight, you can tell from their appearance if they need feeding up, or in Cammy's case, slimming down. She's developed a few extra fat rolls with her blood tests, also suggesting that she has one too many sprouts, her favorite treat. Oh, poor Cammy. I feel you. I'm laughing at you, Cammy, but we are both in the same situation. We both could use some, and we both have fat rolls. So I don't think I should be judging. We'll be putting her through her paces over these coming months to help her shed a couple pounds. But I think we do it right. I think you figure out the diet for her. I think Cammy will do good. 19-year-old Cammy was brought to the attraction in 2017 as a mate for Ernie. Oh, love. I love. See, that's another problem I have. And I think this is why I'm single, because I actually do enjoy chick flicks. I do. I think it's because my mom made me and my brother go to them as kids. She was like, she wanted to see a movie in theaters, and I think she was like, well, I have these kids. And a normal parent would be like, let's hire a babysitter and make this a date night and force my husband. My mom was not like that. My mom just said, hey, we're going to see this, and hope you like the movie. I remember, I want to say I was like late middle school. No, not late middle school, late like elementary school. And my mom took me and my brother to see Princess Diaries 2 because she wanted to see it. And I remember like we ran into other girls who went to our school. And I was like, oh, and it was at that point where you're like starting to like girls and you're like, oh, this is embarrassing. Anyways, back to me. But no, I'm happy Cammy and Ernie. Ernie's clapping Cammy's cheeks. Hope Ernie doesn't prefer Cammy to be thick, because that could be... Oh, there's more to this. The pair hit it off immediately. However, they did develop a rift during lockdown earlier this year, with Cammy snubbing the 17-year-old Oh, no. However, the pair have since rekindled their... Okay, good. I do not want this to end bad. Okay, there's one more little paragraph here. I'm hoping this doesn't depress me, but I like that they're back. Sea Life Manchester is home to more than 3,000 creatures. Its doors have been temporarily closed to the public during the lockdown. If they have a fundraiser, go support Sea Life Manchester. But, oh, no, I'm just very... okay. I don't know why I'm so happy about this. I'm just happy that they had a rough patch in their relationship. But, Cammy and Ernie, I think, did work their problems out during lockdown. I think the lockdown's probably the big thing, because, like, they're both bored. They don't have anything to do. And then, Cammy's like, man, I'm going to miss these other turtles in the other tank. And it's like, Ernie's like, but I love you, Cammy. And, they had to argue, and sometimes they come out of that argument stronger and more proud than ever. And actually, I'm very happy for Cammy and Ernie. I hope their relationship lasts for a long time. Sea turtles do live forever. And I'm actually going to be really pissed if they get divorced. So, Cammy and Ernie, all I want is for you to have a happy relationship. I hope you don't feel like, I know some people pressure you into getting married, but if you just want to stay partners forever, I support that 100%. So, to Cammy and Ernie, forever in our hearts. All right, let's go on to the next article. I think this is our last one before we go on to other things. Okay. Kim Kardashian West arranged a private Zoom call with Fauci and dozens of other celebrities. This is from CNN. So if you're MAGA, you may not like this, but sounds like news to me. And I would not lie to you. In fact, I'd probably offend you before I lie to you. So, all right, here we go. Towards the beginning of the pandemic, dozens of A-listers had the privilege of a private Zoom call with Dr. Anthony Fauci to ask him anything they wanted about the novel coronavirus. I got to talk to him, ask him, is pee stored in the balls? Because I feel like that's more important right now. I could be wrong. But, like, you want to know if pee is stored in the balls. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know if pee is stored in the balls or not. None of us know. That's why I assume it's stored in the balls because it's called the penis. Okay, so I'm not a doctor, but I'm assuming pee is stored in the balls. The stars asked many of the same questions other people would ask. Fauci told CNN they wanted to know about masks and social distancing and whether it would be safe to eat takeout food. Kim Kardashian West, my best friend and who I want to be the best woman at my wedding, who I want, was on the call. So was Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis, Orlando Bloom, Katy Perry, 2 Chainz, Gwyneth Paltrow. God, okay. It was like, okay. And then Brad Falchuk, and according to Fauci, and 2 other familiars familiar with the call. Oh, no, that'd be really, really funny. And there's these 2 other celebrities. I don't know who they are. Like, he went from, like, most famous to, like, least famous or whatever. So Ashton Kutcher. So Ashton Kutcher is actually, I really respect him because he's been really working hard with like sex trafficking, really against younger children. I think it's girls, but it could be both, or other genders too. I don't want to offend anyone. We're gonna be PC here. It could be non-binary kid. I don't know. It could be. So we got Ashton Kutcher. So he does really good work, and I think him listening to it could really do work because I think people will actually listen to him. Mila Kunis, who's married to Ashton Kutcher, so I just assumed she was there. So I like her a lot. We actually share the same birthday. She's exactly 10 years older than me. And I don't like her being old because I watched That 70s Show growing up, and I was like, oh, she's Jackie. So Mila Kunis up there. Orlando Bloom, out of the blue for some reason. Maybe he's friends with Ashton Kutcher. Katy Perry, also with Orlando Bloom. I think they're married, but he was probably just in the room. They're probably just in the room. So one of them got the invite, and the other one was just there. 2 Chainz, that's where I don't get it. Like, what the fuck is this guy gonna do? He's just like, yeah. I mean, I haven't listened to 2 Chainz ever, but like at the same time, I don't know what he would be contributing to this conversation. It's like someone's laughing in my hallway. It's like when Joe Rogan has important people on, and then he just randomly puts like Alex Jones or whatever, whoever the fuck in there. So yeah, and then Gwyneth Paltrow, which that one was like, I give up at this point. Like, what is she gonna make them goop cream? Like, it smells like my vagina and it cures you of COVID. So check it out, because I feel like once Gwyneth Paltrow joins in, I feel like, though, like we talking, like I feel like Kim's gonna moderate the discussion, and we all think Kim's stupid, but she did like there's that one chick, she got out of jail, like she's been really good working with prison reform, like I respect her a lot for that, and some say maybe Kanye like being MAGA for that minute was like a call to action or like to help get Trump to like help with that prison reform. 'Cause I think Kim's really on board with that. I think her name's like Antonia Brown. It's probably wrong, so don't fact check me. But she was from Tennessee, and I think I might have talked about this in another episode, but she was, I guess, was sex trafficked and like trapped in a basement, and she like for her safety killed her abuser, but got arrested and put to jail for it. And like in that situation, it was like I feel in my mind, obviously she was in a very bad situation, but she was No, she was. I do believe it was a self-defense type situation, and I think should definitely have not been in prison, and I think she was in prison for her skin color because cops are bitches. But anyways, no. So that's my ranking. Oh no, and the last one after Gwyneth Paltrow, I'm like, Gwyneth, can you just shut the fuck up? Why did we invite you here? And then Brad Falchuk. I don't even know who that is. Let me Google it. Brad Falchuk. And I'm gonna just Google that. Okay, Brad Falchuk. And I'm going to see if I can put a picture of him here. Oh, he's with Gwyneth Paltrow. Okay. He's married to Gwyneth Paltrow. Okay. That's the reason why he's here. What has he been in? American Horror Story. Don't watch that. He was in Glee? I'm going to read this guy's Wikipedia. Is an American television writer, director, producer, best known for co-creating with Ryan Murphy the comedy drama. Okay, he created Glee. Okay. So he's a spouse. So a lot of these are just spouses and then 2 Chainz for some reason. Like, that's the weirdest. 2 Chainz is the weirdest one. Let's rate all of it. Let's rate this. Okay. Everyone involved with this call, we're going to exclude Fauci because that guy is qualified to be in this call. I'm going to put Ashton Kutcher first. He's most qualified. Kim Kardashian second because I feel like she set up the whole thing. Brad Falchuk, I'll put him third because he's definitely better than all the others. Mila Kunis, she's still very smart, but also, like, just the spouse. I feel like that was invited. Next, I'm going with Katy Perry because I like Katy Perry. Then Orlando Bloom and 2 Chainz, and then Gwyneth Paltrow, who is the least qualified. That's my ranking. Don't at me. Anyways, actually, this article's still pretty going on, so I better get going. It was a whole bunch of movie stars and some sport figures, and they wanted to know about what they could do to stay safe about wearing masks and avoiding crowds. Fauci said, I was impressed by the questions they asked by their level of sophistication. It definitely wasn't Gwyneth Paltrow saying those things. I guarantee you it was not Gwyneth Paltrow saying any of that shit. I think Ashton was probably saying a lot of important questions. I feel like we think that guy's dumb because he played, because the 2 shows I can think, 3, Punk'd, like, I didn't like that show. That 70 Show, I love that show, but he played a very dumb guy. And then The Ranch, which I actually really like The Ranch because it reminds me of Kansas, but he wasn't the brightest character. So he doesn't play a lot of bright characters, but I still think he actually is a very smart guy. So I'm assuming he's saying a lot. And then I hope in this conversation when Gwyneth was talking, they were like, can you shut the fuck up? Like, about your Goop products. I know she was trying to sell that shit. Fauci said, last about an hour because the celebrities had megaphones and could get the word out about staying safe. Well, that's good. Each of them has enormous numbers of followers on their social media accounts. I could say to them, for example, it's important to wear a mask, and they get on their accounts and say, wear a mask, and it goes out to an additional couple of millions of people, said Fauci, the director of National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease and a member of the White House Coronavirus Task Force. I'm going to finish the article, then respond. The call took place at the end of April, so this took a while ago and just now got to, and included about 36 celebrities, musicians, and athletes, according to Fauci and the other familiars with the call. I got to say, I don't want to hear athletes talk. I'm just saying, no disrespect to any athletes out there, but your job isn't designed for you to talk in public. It's not designed for public speaking. I mean, even I could say music, for example. Like, musicians shouldn't be identified to do interviews and like press conferences and stuff like that. Like, a lot of us aren't meant for it. Like, obviously the
Schweezy.
I talk to a lot of musicians and stuff like that, and like you do get a band, and you don't always get the full band. You get like the lead singer and maybe like a bass player or a drummer or something like that. And, like, not everyone in the band is like willing to talk, and then if you do see all 4 of them, one's just going to be quiet the entire time. It's like, are you expecting 4 to 5 people maybe at one time to be able to speak at once? And it's in a respect way. I talk about it. Like, athletes, we should stop making athletes do like press conferences after games. Like, they just played like a very physically demanding sport, and now you're wanting them to sit down and say words. Like, I don't want to know what this guy says. Like, I don't think he's gonna say anything important to the conversation. Like, what the fuck you want to know about sports? Like, I'm saying this in sports, and it's just like, what do you think you need to do better? Like, if you're, so let's say baseball, well, we got to make more hits, get on the bases, and make more points than the other team. Like, that's all. Like, you know what they need to do better, and just got to ask. I don't know. Okay. At the time of the White House pressure, Fauci was making few high-profile media appearances, and he hadn't yet started appearing frequently in smaller venues such as podcasts and scientific conferences. Okay, some of the celebrities did use their megaphone to promote mask and social distancing. Perry and Bloom, for example, advocate the mask usage, and soon after the call, they posted a photo on his Instagram account of the couple wearing Fauci gang nice sweatshirts. The Zoom meeting was the brainchild of Kim Kardashian West, according to the sources and a person close to the Kardashian West family. The source said Kardashian West took note when Surgeon General Dr. Jerome Adams made an appeal to her younger sister, Kylie Jenner, in March on Good Morning America. We need to get Kylie Jenner and social media influencers out there and helping folks understand that, look, this is serious. This is absolutely serious, Adams said on the show. People are dying. Just hours later, Jenner wrote on her Instagram story that she listened to the Surgeon General this morning and pleaded with her followers to practice social distancing, self-quarantine, according to the article in Variety. Motivated Kardashian West to take a step further, according to the source close to her family. She put together a list of celebrities and contacted Fauci's office. She wanted to speak with someone to ask questions so she could spread accurate information because there were so many inaccuracies those first few months. The source said, sources said, okay, man, this article is fucking long. Fauci said among the question was one from Black Swan star Kunis about whether he eats takeout food. I told her I feel badly about restaurants losing business, and I feel it's almost a neighborly obligation to keep neighborhood restaurants afloat, even though I can cook at home. Several nights a week, I go out for takeout purely to support those places. Damn, Fauci's cool. Fauci's so qualified, and I can't believe just fucking dumbass conservatives don't listen to him. Kunis then asked Fauci if he eats his meals off the takeout container. Okay, this is stupid. Kunis then asked Fauci if he eats the meal on the takeout container or if he puts it on a plate when he gets home. Totally, sometimes he eats it out of the container. Sometimes he puts it on a plate. Why is this in the news? Why is this in the article? That's so out of place. Like getting takeout, if it makes sense, but you put it on a plate. God damn it, dude. I told her one thing she can do instead of worrying is wash her hands. Fauci remembered. Fauci, who's such a wonderful guy, said, Mila, listen, don't be paranoid, said one of the sources familiar to the call. And then her husband, Ashton Kutcher, said, that's it. I'm ordering a pizza, finally. And then he took out his cell phone and pretended to order, like he's pretended to order pizza. Like, you're not being filmed, Ashton. You don't have to, like, put up this little shtick. I don't know. Anyways, my main thoughts on this article is, I do think it's a good thing. They do have big followers, a lot of these celebrities, and I do think it's a good thing that they are trying to, like, promote this idea of trying to educate people, because I think at the beginning that was a big thing. We just didn't know who was right. And as Dr. Drew, the guy I listen to the most, would say that just listen to Dr. Anthony Fauci. He's like on the front lines of this, like trying to at least on research and shit like that. So listen to him. But I do think it's funny that we are so dumb that we have to listen to celebrities to get our information before, or we could just, we could listen to doctors like Dr. Fauci. But now we have to listen to Kim Kardashian and Ashton Kutcher for accuracy. And with that, I say, I hope we are a little bit smarter than that. I hope you're smarter than that. If you're not that smart, go fuck yourself. All right. This episode of the Schwegcast is brought to you by Gamefly. Most of you are already aware of Gamefly, but for those of you who don't, it's the best video game rental subscription service for one low monthly fee. As a Twitch video game streamer myself, I know there are two types of game. One type is the game that you'll continue to go back to time and time again, like Breath of the Wild and Super Smash Brothers. And then there's those other games, that you only play once and then never pick up again. And that is where Gamefly is perfect. Most games come in at around $60 $50, and these new AAA titles come in at $60. But with this link in the description of this episode, your first 2 months will only be $10. I'm a subscriber myself, and I played through Pokemon Sword, and I loved it so much that I wanted to keep that copy. And with just a click of a button, and you just pay the little extra money, you get to keep the game that you rented from GameFly. You don't even have to worry about anything else, and they'll go ahead and send you the next game. I'm excited for the month of October. I will be getting into Luigi's Mansion because that is a very spooky game, and that's Halloween, so it's the spooky season, which I am super excited to play that game. I already got it in the mail, and I'm excited for once October kind of rolls around, I can start playing that game, and it is super fun and awesome. I love GameFly. Like I said, I'm a subscriber myself, but you can get your first 2 months for $10. You just got to use the link in the description of this episode, and you know what? Start playing those games. This episode of the Schwegcast is brought to you by FNX Fitness. FNX Fitness is committed to creating innovative supplements of the highest quality that provide focus for a productive morning, energy to thrive all day, performance supplements to reach new goals, unique sleep and recovery formulas to support any sport, and healthy supplements to support an active lifestyle for years to come. They also have a fantastic clothing line so you can look good while you work out as well, which I always like to look good working out. Hashtag pray for Micah. We all know the drill. With your purchase of any product from the FNX Fitness website, they even donate a gallon of water to a child in need, so you know that each purchase you make really is helping someone out. Using promo code SCHWEGCAST or link in the description of this episode, you can save 15% off your order. Again, that is promo code SCHWEGCAST or link in the description down below. Save 15% on some great performance supplements. Okay, so let's get into some of my thoughts of the week. The thoughts that I had, but you could have also had if you listened to the last episode, or just living in general in the COVID times. So first, I got some comments from my friends from both the last episode of Cancel Schweezy and the last episode of the Schwedcast with Josh Casey and Lucas Allen of Drunk Church History. So here's some friends. They're members of the Council of Schwelders. And so remember, these are good friends of mine. So Cricket, who actually was on the last episode, but he's talking about the last Cancel Schweezy. He said, and I quote, because I just copied and pasted the text message. Also, look at you calling me out by name, ... I need you to keep my name out of your fucking mouth. Well, Josh, I know you don't like getting your penis touched. You own a pair of cargo shorts. And I know you have flip-flops too, and that is 2 articles of clothing for the club of men who don't like getting their penis touched. So, yeah, man, I'll keep putting your name in my mouth. Put your name in my mouth. Yeah. All right, next one's from Big Guy, a.k.a. MJ Chrisman, and this is to the current episode of the Schwegcast. Yeah, I watched some of it, unless you started fat-shaming me again, and he put until. I messed that up. Sorry, he did correct himself. Yeah, I watched some of it until you started fat shaming me again, and I turned it off.
Hashtag pray for Micah.
Well, Micah, he also mentioned how I've gained a little bit of weight since our weight loss contest. And I have to say, I'm not going out meeting women right now. So, fuck you, Micah. And you're saying your prediction of me getting fat again is going to be true. I don't know. Once this is all over, like, I'm hitting the gym hard, dude. Like, I want to get abs. I think I can get abs, and I have gained a little bit of weight back, but I still not as bad as I was. Basically though, because I was wearing large shirts, and now I'm down to a medium, and I'm still fitting in the mediums. So that's the goal, is just to maintain at least being able to fit into medium shirts. But I'm ready to. I'm ready for all this to be over. I'm ready for bars to be open. I'm ready to... And also, I said a controversial statement, apparently, is trick women into having consensual sex with me. Now, it's depending on the word you think is the bad one, or what you think the problem is. Because I want consensual sex, but I don't know if there's a way to get it... We're talking about, like, one-night stands here, okay? We're not talking about, like, relationships. Maybe, okay, that's controversial. All right, next one was from Foreman, aka Austin, and I'm not going to say his last name because I don't know if he wants that out, because he's not a public figure like Micah and Josh are. LOL, you don't know what Josh's pod is called. Apparently I'm just fucking lazy, and I decided, because I just do like, I'll do in one take, I don't care. It's like, all right, welcome to the Schwedcast. We got Josh, Casey, and Lucas Allen, and they're from the podcast. Oh, God, what the fuck did I say? What the fuck is their podcast called? Apparently I fumbled it, and I haven't rewatched it. But yeah, apparently I did that, and he was not the only person who messed that up. There was a lot of people. I got a lot of messages saying, you don't know the name of the podcast. It's so funny thinking about that, because obviously Josh is a close friend of mine, my spiritual mentor. So if I did that with just a regular guest, you're like, you're a piece of shit. You don't care about these guests. But then I did it to Josh. And the idea, I can't believe you forgot the name of the podcast when you're doing the intro. I'm like, you know what? I just kind of record those and throw them out there. It's just kind of like, I just need to get these done. I put a lot more effort into the actual conversation. The intros are just kind of like, let's get the announcements out there. So if like I have tour dates or like shows coming up, I can get people to start going to those and stuff like that. Obviously nothing right now. But that's the reason for those intros on the Schwedcast. And I kind of do them here. I just do them kind of live and just kind of bullshit. I bullshit this show. Let's be honest, I bullshit this show. Schwedcast, at least in regards to like the guests I have conversations with, I try to at least do a good job. I try to be entertaining and be a good host and try to at least be someone good to talk to. And I kind of try to read the room. You know, I've had some guests who are a little more Christian than others, you know. But I got a blinking on my camera. Hold on. Okay, y'all, you're not going to believe this, but I forgot to format my camera memory card. And so now here's the edit. So, I'm excited to edit this later. I try to edit these things fast and work there, but
This is the type of guy you get.
So here we go. I was talking about the podcast that I forgot. Apparently, I forgot the people I was interviewing's name. I don't even know if I can call it an interview. I'm just chatting, showing TikToks. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna move on from that. I can't believe I didn't format the card. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'll play a soundbite to.
What you ready to get fucked up?
Okay, here we go. Let's get back into the show. So I sneezed in my mask a couple days ago, and I was in public. And first thought you think is, I hope no one judges me or wants me to leave their business. Second thought, it smells horrible. Do not sneeze in your mask, people. I know it's very controversial to lift your mask to sneeze, but sneezing in the mask? Oh my, I cannot express how bad it smells. I repeat, do not sneeze into your mask. It is so bad. I took that bullet for you, and I want you to remember me for it. So please do not sneeze in your mask. Oh, I got to tell you about this weird dream I had. So I guess I was going out to a bar or something like that with some celebrity friends that I don't have in real life. Whitney Cummings was there. Brie Larson was there. Those are the only two I remember because those are going to be important to the story. However, I think both those women are very attractive. And some of you are going to need to say, like, I can't believe you find them women attractive. Or, like, I respect them as people. Like, obviously, I love Marvel movies, so Brie Larson is the fucking best. I love comedy. And there's part of me that sees myself marrying a comedian. And so I love Whitney Cummings. Like, she's the total package, except I feel like she may wreck me emotionally. But that's not her problem. That's my problem. But anyways, no. So basically what happened in the dream was I ran into an ex-girlfriend at this bar. And she didn't see me yet. And so I was like, oh, shit. She's going to think I'm a loser if I don't have a girlfriend. I think she married a guy she left me for or whatever, or something like that. And so first I went to Brie Larson. And I said, Brie, will you pretend to be my girlfriend because my ex-girlfriend is here and I don't want her to think I'm a loser. And she was like, sure, I agree to that because it's just pretend. And she's an actress, so she's used to that shit. So we go on through the night. And then eventually Brie goes off somewhere and leaves. And I'm like, oh shit, we're gonna run into my ex again. And I see Whitney Cummings. And I was like, Whitney, will you pretend to be my girlfriend? And I think she was hesitant at first. And I was like, I'll unfollow you on Twitter if you don't pretend to be my girlfriend. And she's like, okay. We were obviously good friends in this moment, so she wasn't too worried about me like being mean to her or anything. I don't get guys who can just abuse women. Can I just be real for a second? I like women, and I was like, I don't want to hurt you. Like, that made me feel bad. And, you know, it's like those people, like the women on like OnlyFans who are like, hey, send me a picture of your dick and $5 and I'll rate it for you. I'm like, that sounds like a great way to get your feelings hurt. Let's be honest. That sounds like a great way to get your feelings hurt. All right. That's the dream I had. The thought I would say I'd go with it is, if you ran into an ex and you're hanging out with a group of people and there's another single woman in the group, wouldn't you ask her to pretend to be your boyfriend so you don't get embarrassed? I'm like, and she's with her boyfriend, like, especially in this situation, it's a guy she left you for. Ladies, I want ladies to write in on this. Would you be ride or die for your friend like that? Your friends, you're never gonna date, okay? You're never gonna date this person, but you would do that for him, right? I think of situations all the time. I think someone else may have said this before, but like, say you're like on the street or whatever, walking alone, and you see a woman, she's like being followed. She might be being followed by a creepy guy, and she confronts you. It's like, hey, this guy's following me. I just want you to pretend to be my boyfriend. And I'm like, I am fucking down. I have some acting experience. I'm probably not that good because I will laugh in very wrong moments, but I could still do some things. But best thing, I would be like, I'm totally down for this. How many years we've been dating? How serious are we? Have I met your family yet? Because that's very important to me. Do we think we want kids together, or do we want to wait till we get married? Do we even want to get married, or do we just want to say like, yeah, we're basically married, but we're not legally married? Shit like that, you know? It's like, how far should I go into this? That's me, because I am a catch, ladies, and you don't know that because you are stingy.
Come on, Mark, don't be stingy.
Hear that, ladies? Don't be stingy. And if you're thinking I'm acting like an incel, I am not an incel. As most of you know, I am a
simp.
So go fuck yourself. Yeah, so that was that dream I had. I just thought y'all needed to know that. I am working. So I had this idea. A friend made a Hamilton reference the other day, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I should make my own version of Hamilton, like a Schwoke version, and call it Samilton. Now, some of you know, my Christian name is Sam or Samuel. So I was like, maybe Samilton could work out for this. So this idea of Samilton, the Schwoke version of Hamilton, I think could work. So I've casted some characters. I'm putting a marker down. I'm going to make sure that I get their picture up here. So here it is. Obviously, I'm Hamilton. Obviously don't relate to him. I think if I was actually asked to be the actual musical, I'd definitely be King George. But anyways, no, this is Samilton. Not Hamilton, Samilton. So let's go through the cast. So Aaron Burr, the only person I could think, because Aaron Burr, I'd have to be someone I hate and probably someone who would kill me at the same time. So after a lot of thought, I went with Grandpa Joe from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Now, I fucking hate this guy. He is a piece of shit, and I hope the worst happens to him. He made Charlie's mom and Charlie work so hard just to like live in the little shack they had. But Grandpa Joe was healthy enough to be walking around, and he was abusing I think it was his daughter and his grandson. So fuck Grandpa Joe. If anyone would want to kill me, it would be that guy, because that guy is a piece of shit. Next character we got is Thomas Jefferson. I don't have every character mapped out, but I have most of them. Thomas Jefferson. That would be MJ Chrisman. Micah Chrisman, big guy. He would be the one who hates me the most, but would not actually kill me and would still kind of work with me. I feel like Micah has that in him to do, and, you know, it happens. Next up is George Washington. That is obviously Josh Casey. Now, I asked Josh who he thinks he would play, and he would say George Washington because he always listens to me and he trusts me, but at the same time, he can be annoyed sometime with me. And, that's what happens, It happens to the best of us. The best of us. Yeah. Okay, next character I have is Eliza Schuyler, which would be my wife in the play. Now, it has to be Brie Larson, because I feel like of all the celebrities I can have a crush on right now, Brie Larson's up for it. It's just plain and simple. I don't know her in real life, but I feel like in my dreams I've had with her in it, I feel like those worked out pretty well. So, Brie Larson it is. Angelica Schuyler. So, Angelica obviously was in love with Hamilton, but she was the oldest sister, and I guess she was not able to do that, I guess. I don't know. But, so yeah, that would be Whitney Cummings. I feel like Whitney is perfect for that. And so Whitney Cummings, I guess, would be in love with me, but would let her little sister be with me because I'm just that attractive. Peggy Schuyler, I originally wrote down Steve Lane, but I think I'm going to... Steve, obviously. Steve. But I think I'm going to switch it to Allison Brie. I think she is a better fit to be the sister that, I was never able to get with. But you know what? Brie Larson is good enough for me. All right, next is Philip Hamilton, my son. That would definitely be Austin Doyle, or Foreman, who is my apprentice and also a sexual rival. I feel like he would be good. Next is Hercules Mulligan. That would be my nephew, Leland. You may not know what Leland looks like, but he is behind the sound. He's a kid, so I'm not going to show this picture. But he's the mastermind behind this sound drop. But, yeah, he would be perfect for that. Someone just sent me pictures. Oh, nice. My friend's telling me drama. All right, no. But anyways, that's what I have for Samilton, and I just think of this beautiful scene right here. Me, I fought with him. Me, I died for him. Me, I trusted him. Me, I loved him. And me, I'm the damn fool that shot him. And that's Grandpa Joe who's the one who shot me. So, fuck you, Grandpa Joe. And even the actor, I believe you're dead now. So, that's all right. Next thing I have, I just wrote down I'm over good-looking people with no talent. Yeah, I am over that shit. So, I'm on the internet. I watch TV. I like music. A lot of beautiful people in those. I think there's like people like they're Instagram influencers. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of Instagram influencers. It's not a talent to be good looking. And I think I'm over women who are just trying to like be like, I don't have any talent, but I'm good looking, and this is how I'm gonna make my money. I'm like, fuck you. Like, you don't deserve thing. Like, let's talk about musicians for a second. And I can think of thousands of beautiful women musicians who are just incredibly talented and just beautiful at the same time.
Like that.
They work so hard on their craft. Like, they practice every day. They keep going. They work with people. They, like, learn mistakes they made and, like, where to go from here and shit like that. And then you have people who are like, I was born really good looking. Here's a picture of me on Instagram with this random ass clothing. And be like, you should buy this clothing because I'm hot. Fuck you. Fuck you. Get a talent. I'm attracted to women. I guess I would say I'm attracted to women who like have talent, like women musicians. Because it doesn't take much to be good looking these days, Like, we all know what's good looking, what's not. But it's like when you see like a woman who's like insanely good at guitar, like the band Haim, they're all very attractive and they're all very good at instruments. And I like that shit. And if they're listening, hit me up. Nicole Rowe, she plays bass for Panic at the Disco. She is incredibly good. Halsey is a good singer, and I think her songwriting ability is great, and she can hit me up. I'm just like asking all these celebrities to hit me up. I would say, and her guitar player is really good too. So I also want to say they're actually really good. And just because I think they're hot does not diminish their talents. Okay, people? But if you're an Instagram influencer, fuck you. Just go fuck yourself. Get a hobby or a job or whatever the fuck. People are texting me like crazy. Okay. Other thing I wrote down, I didn't read. Oh, god damn it. This one's really sad. So I didn't learn that Santa Claus was spelled Claus until like last year. I just thought of that. And I can't believe I wrote it down for fucking this episode. I actually always thought it was like spelled like Clause, like as in the Santa Claus movie. So I guess that's the only time I really saw it written for some reason. So I was spelling it like Clause, Clause, and I mean like last year I realized like, oh, it's actually clause. That's clause as in like a contract, not clause as in Santa Claus. So I feel like an idiot, and I wanted you all to know I'm an idiot. So when you judge me and berate me on the internet for all the stupid shit I say in these shows, just realize that. You realize you're talking with an idiot right now and stuff like that. I think the autofocus on my camera is focusing on John Ralphio's shirt, and I just feel like you should all, or my John Ralphio shirt. I just feel like you should all know that. All right, looks like this is the final thing I have. Pickup lines. All right. So, I've been obviously I'm internet dating these days. I'm trying to stay safe. I want to make sure that I'll meet partners who genuinely don't like me back and would never think about me in 1,000 years. So that's why I'm on the internet dating. And so I just, the app Hinge, like you don't get a lot of good looking people on there. And that's why I'm on there too. So don't fucking judge me. But anyways, like basically how Hinge works is you like a photo and then you get to reply to the photo or like the little caption thing they have. I've never had success on Hinge, but I'm thinking I'm going to get there. So I've come up with a couple pickup lines. I guess I wrote down that I think that it could work. Well, actually, I do know one that does work, but it actually has to work in real life. So this one, I do know 100% works all the time. But it is, damn girl, do you shit with that ass? That one always works. One, it's funny. You're saying, damn girl, do you shit with that ass? Because that's what an ass is actually made for, is actually to shit out of. Also, so it's very obvious. Also, you're complimenting her ass at the same time. So like, damn girl, I like that ass. I can't believe you actually shit with that ass. And do I have a third point? It's kind of funny. So I think that's all three parameters of a good pickup line, right? Just like, damn girl, do you shit with that ass? No, that one always works. I suggest anyone to send that cold turkey to anyone on the internet and then tell me how it happened, because you'll be like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Can I suck your dick right now? Like, it has to be that. I'm sorry for all the people out there who don't like their penis touched. Maybe this show is not for you, because I like getting my penis touched, and this is my show. So next one I have is, damn, you're beautiful even with a mask on. That's good for the COVID times, because people think they need to have a mask photo for some reason. Like, we're not going to hang out with your mask on unless we're in public. Like, if you come over for some Netflix, I don't want you wearing a mask, okay? That's all I have to say. Yeah. But no, I think, like, damn, girl, you look good with a mask on. It's pretty cool. Another one, a lot of women wear sunglasses in their photos, so I'm going to need sunglasses too. And after seeing your photo, I think that was a little bit lamer, and I don't think that will work as well. Last one I actually think could work, and is actually a very funny, stupid one. You must be a campfire because you're super hot, and I want some more. Some more like the food. Like, to get that. Yeah, I like that. Or no, sorry. I like that. There we go. We have sound drops on the show. I shouldn't be doing that. Anyway, so that's my pickup lines. If you have any better pickup lines, email the schwegcast@gmail.com. More than happy to look through them and help you out. This episode of the Schwegcast is brought to you by Duke Cannon Supply Company's Beer and Bourbon Box. Duke Cannon hails from a simpler time, a time when the term handyman was redundant, a time when chivalry wasn't considered old-fashioned. Duke Cannon's purpose is simple: to make superior quality grooming goods that meet the high standards of hard-working men. In the history of great duos, the partnership of beer and bourbon is even more important to our way of life than mac and cheese or If you're British, fish and chips. Comes complete with 3 big beer soaps, a deliciously scented sandalwood soap made with Old Milwaukee beer, a fresh citrus woodsy offering made with the Deschutes Fresh Squeezed IPA, and a warm cedar scent made with Budweiser, and 1 big American bourbon soap. And a rich oak barrel scented bar made with Buffalo Trace bourbon, a perfect gift for the gentleman who appreciates a fine drink and a distinguished fragrance. Use the link in our description to get free shipping on your order over $20. This episode of the Schwegcast is brought to you by Honey. Honey is a free browser extension you can download using the link in the description of this episode. Honey searches the entire internet for promo codes, coupon codes, free shipping, and anything else that will save you money when buying things online. It is 100% free, and at no point will you have to pay for it with any microtransactions. It's just as simple as pressing a single button, and you can start saving money. It's that simple. I use Honey myself. I've been using it for years, and it's a great way to save money on pizza. It's a great way for me to buy audio equipment online. It always saves me money. I've gotten 40%. I've gotten 50% even before. It is so great. I love Honey, and you will too. And if you don't use Honey, it's basically throwing money away. So use the link in the description of this episode. Install it on your web browser, whether that's Chrome, Safari, Opera, whatever it's called, and start saving money on things you buy every day anyways. All right, so now it's time for me to fix your problems because you all have bad love lives, and I'm the one here to solve them, the one with the actual bad life. So let's get into it. First one I got, how can I treat my partner? We're in a long-distance relationship. I'm a student at the moment, so I don't have a huge budget for it, but I would love to get him a little something. I was pretty moody recently, and I took it out on him. Anything that I could get him to say I'm sorry? Yeah, just give him a blowjob. That's all men want ever. Like, just give a man a blowjob. I guarantee you, like, unless he specifies, like, he wants something like a physical object or whatever. That sounds weird. No, I guarantee if you just give him a blowjob, just do your best. Maybe learn a little bit on the internet how good you can give a blowjob. I think it would work out for you. Sorry for all the people who don't like their penis touched. Apparently you listen to the show. Next question. So yeah, blowjob. That's the answer to the first question. Next question. My boyfriend prioritized his video game before sex and then got upset that an hour later I was no longer in the mood. I can already tell by the title of this. This dude is dumb. All right, let me just read everything. We went to dinner with friends tonight. Throughout the night, he kept telling me how great I looked, how he couldn't decide whether to take me somewhere else to show me off or head straight home to bed. I suggested we head straight home. We head straight home. Okay. We pull up at home, and a neighbor stops him in the driveway asking to borrow something. I head inside to freshen up, but I keep my clothes on, thinking I'll let him take them off. After 15 minutes or so, when I don't see him come to the bedroom, I walk into the living room to find him on the couch playing Xbox. He's an Xbox guy, okay. When I give him a WTF look, he says that he heard me moving around in the bedroom and was waiting on me. I tell him that I thought he'd be right behind me. That's why I'm still wearing my heels, etc. He tells me I don't need to stay dressed. He prefers me without clothes anyways. He again says he'll be right behind me. I head back to the bedroom, change into lingerie, and wait. 20 minutes later, I am annoyed and get under the covers. A few minutes after that, he finally walks in, undresses, and gets in bed next to me. By now, the vibe we had going earlier is dead, but when he put on music and dimmed the lights, I thought we could get it back. But when he pulled me on top of him and found I wasn't ready, she doesn't have a wop, he became visibly upset. I told him I just need to be reheated, aka a little foreplay. I'm definitely here to help this relationship. I am the king. After waiting so long and asked him to kiss me, after a minute or so of him half-heartedly kissing my breast while keeping his hands clasped behind his head, I stopped him and asked what was the problem. It was too obvious that he didn't want to be doing what he was doing. his response was that I shouldn't need foreplay. Dude, he doesn't see why he needs to do any prep. He's ready to go as soon as he gets to in bed next to me. I tried to have dialogue with him about it, but ultimately he just turned his back to me and went to sleep. I love this man, but this just isn't good enough. This foreplay thing has been a recurring issue during our relationship 5 years, and I've mostly gotten excuses and attempts to turn things back around on me. No consistent improvement. I've never before been with a man like this before. He refuses to see his actions created the current situation. Therefore, we can't seem to move forward. I love the man, but I can't spend the rest of my life like this. For this and other reasons that deserve their own post, I'm wondering if it's time for me to cut my losses. All right. This post was perfect for me to respond. As you know, I am the foreplay king. Therefore, I am the only qualified source to answer this question. So, being the foreplay king, I have a lot of things I can suggest for him to improve on. I could go into specifics, but that is my role as the king, and I cannot give that information away. But what I can say, there's a couple things I can say. You do have to, he says that foreplay shouldn't be necessary. Like, he's ready the minute he goes to bed. That's how guys work. We are very much ready to go whenever. But women are a lot different. You got to warm them up. Or like, that's the thing I like about being a musician is because I've used tube amps before, and you realize with tube amps, like, you kind of have to turn them on and like get them warmed up and get them ready to go, and it's like that. Lava lamps are a lot the same way. When you turn on a lava lamp, even mine that's been on for a while today isn't even up. But lava lamps, they take a couple hours to actually like get going and kind of get up and running to be really cool and stuff like that. If you're an audio nerd like me, you learn that there's a rumor that with tube microphones that when they needed to warm up, because a lot of old audio equipment needed to be warmed up before you're able to use them, what they would do is they turn on the lava lamp, and when the lava lamp was like turning up and down a lot, that's when it actually would be working. That's when the tube mic would actually be working properly. So in regards to that, think of a woman like a lava lamp. Maybe get a lava lamp. I have a recording studio, so I obviously understand how things like I obviously understand how a lava lamp works. That's sad. I have a recording studio, so I know how a lava lamp works. It was a very, very bold statement, but I feel like he needs to understand how foreplay works. So the only thing I can really say is you're going to have to put into a perspective that he will understand. What I would say is, so I'm a man, I can tell you this. Men, when we're turned on, like, we turn it on, we just have to maintain our hardness down there, and we're good to go. With women, it's a little different. Like, women, you have to warm them up. You have to, like, get them going. You have to make them feel good. Importantly, you have to make them feel safe with you. And once they feel safe, then they start doing really cool shit in the bedroom. And I think, I would say that. Best thing I can suggest is really just stay honest with him about how much you need the foreplay. Obviously, okay, we're going talking in regards to the video games here. If you're playing to have sex, he shouldn't hop on a video game. Like, he shouldn't be hopping on his Xbox or his PlayStation or his Switch or his emulator device or whatever. If you're having sex, but you got to tell him, like, hey, if we're going to expect to have sex, do not expect to play video games. Like, don't be like, maybe I can get a round in before we pound it. Like, because that's going to ruin her buzz. It's going to dry her up, and it's not going to be good. So you gotta realize that if you're going to have sex, video games need to be in the back of your mind. I know that. You should know that too. There's nothing wrong with video games. I play video games, twitch.tv/the Schweezy, but man, stop being a TikTok, okay?
I like that.
Okay. All right. Next question. Are these signs that a girl likes me? I'm very stupid. All right, man. Feel good for you. I'm going to help you out here. Hi, this isn't a troll post or anything. I'm genuinely just this brain dead when it comes to picking up signals, and I keep doubting myself and stuff. Sorry if list is long. So he's just kind of made a complete list of this. I asked her out on a date, and she said yes. I was too nervous to go in for a kiss or hug or anything, though. But we have planned on going on a second date as soon as our country's 1 month lockdown ends. So I guess he's not in America because we don't take this shit seriously. She sent me multiple texts after the date thanking me for a fun time and messaged me the day after with another message thanking me for a fun night. She usually messages me first to start conversations. She often double texts and just randomly tells me what she's up to throughout the day and other general random updates. When we talk on the phone together, we usually spend hours doing it, 2+ hours. We start watching movies together on Netflix Party while talking over the phone, and now do this twice a week every week. So clearly she likes spending time with me. Again, we can't do it in person because of the national lockdown. She always puts multiple letters at the end of her words, like okay, and thank you, ooh. She also does it on random words too, which is pretty funny. And we are in multiple group chats for our classes together, and she doesn't talk like this to anyone else in the group chat. She has told me multiple times that I'm the only person she texts throughout the day, and she always tells me about her day and asks about mine. All her friends know about me as well. I can't remember clearly what she said, but her parents know about me. I only vaguely remember her bringing this up in conversation. Every night when I tell her I'm going to go to bed, she says goodnight with lots of letters. I started doing the same now, too. She usually responds to my messages within 10 minutes, mostly almost instantly within 2 minutes. The longest she goes without responding in a few hours, almost because blah, 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 blah. She's studying to let me know how she's getting on. Sorry, was a long list, but I have feelings for this girl, and I hope we can be in a relationship together. At some point, I just don't want to embarrass myself or her by overthinking things and ruining whatever relationship we have. Oh, man. Bro. She likes you. The thing I hate about you writing this is that I want this in a person, and I don't have this in a person, and I hate that. So, man, look, she likes you. She definitely likes you. I want whatever you have, and lucky you, man. Lucky you. You're in love in a quarantine situation during a pandemic, and we actually know someone, and you love someone. That's how I wish I was. I wish I had your life. Lucky you. Lucky you. And 20 years old, so you're in probably the country you're in, it's called university. No, you're not. You didn't say you're a woman. You're with a woman. Sorry, I was looking at the next one. Damn, dude. Good luck to you, man. Hope you get everything you deserve, and very happy for you. I can genuinely say I'm jealous of you. So, yeah. All right, let's move on because I just sounded like a simp. So we're gonna move on to other situations. Okay. Boyfriend wants to wait until marriage, but will make exceptions for some situations. All right, here we go. So my boyfriend and I, 20, have been dating for a while, and at the beginning of the relationship, he made it clear he wants to wait until marriage to have sex. I'm completely fine with this, and I understand where he is coming from. He is a virgin, and I am not. We still kiss, and we sleep in the same bed quite often, just never having sex. But it frustrates me when he says this because I often perform oral sex on him, sometimes twice a day. Damn, lucky dude. Because he asked me to, and I almost never receive anything. And when I do, I never finish, and he only does it for 10 minutes or less. Maybe him and I just have different definitions of sex. But I feel like if he wants to wait until marriage to have penetrative sex, then he should just refrain from oral as well. I'm just confused by the situation because he gets to finish and I am left sexually frustrated every time. And I'm overthinking the situation, or should I talk to him? If I should talk to him, what should I say? Okay. Your boyfriend has Christian guilt, which means he thinks he needs to wait until marriage to have sex, but things like oral sex or maybe the butthole, the asshole loophole is okay for him but it is not. What you need to say is, I want to come too. Because your problem is he gets to come, but you don't get to come. And that is a problem because you need to come because you deserve to come. Everyone deserves to come, but with guys, the woman has to go first, typically in the normal sex stuff. That's why foreplay is so important. That's why I'm an advocate and I am the king. But also at the same time, no, I'm just kind of looking at everything here. But the fact that he's not getting you off is a problem. Now, I do say this to women. I'm a man, so I'm not the most genius. So I've just started this from other women. You may need to learn. It sounds like you may know, but you need to learn how to get yourself off, and that way you can share with your partner how to get you off. Because for men, for women, it doesn't take much for us to get off to you. But for women, you kind of need to experiment with what you like and what you need to get off with. That way you can get off with your partner. You can kind of communicate directly on exactly what you need. Because end of the day, men don't know. And men easily, because men just masturbate. That's all we want. We just want a nut. We have a poison called semen inside our bodies, and we just want to nut. That's all we do. So we know how to make ourselves nut. We know what gets us to nut. But women are somehow encouraged not to masturbate. Women should masturbate, okay? I want every woman listening to this should masturbate. Figure out what gets you going, what you like. And then once you do that with your partner, you know what to do. You can tell them what to do. They can do what you want them to do. And everyone has a good time.
I like that.
So that's my best answer. Figure out what you like and make your partner do what you like, okay? Because men can be kind of stingy sometimes.
Come on, Mark. Don't be stingy.
And we have to be coached into things. But that's the last question I have for today. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Cancel Schweezy. I am
Schweezy.
So go follow me on my socials. It's at the Schweezy everywhere. Pretty easy, except for TikTok. That's the Foreplay King. Because I don't know if I want to associate that with this, but it's cool. I can do that. I'll figure it out. I should post clips on the show. Anyways, though, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or any other questions for us, DM me on Instagram at the Schweezy, or just email theshwedcast@gmail.com so we can get more. Go check our previous episode with Josh Casey and Lucas Allen of Drunk Church History. Yes, I did remember this time. Fuck you. Follow me on Spotify. My new song Oof is out there, but I also have another EP and a single, and I'm working on getting more stuff out there. So go follow me on whatever you listen to stream music on. Be good. If you're on YouTube, smash that like button, slash the dislike button, smash the subscribe button. That's important. And if you really like this show, support us on Patreon, $5 a month. You can get ad-free episodes of the Shwedcast and Cancel Schweezy. I like that. And
I really like that.
That's how it will always be. So, thank you for listening today. I hope you stay awesome in the meantime. So, okay, thanks. Bye.
Hashtag pray for Micah.
Hey, you just finished a full episode of the Schwedcast. I hope your brain cells don't hurt. If you want to support this show financially in the best way possible, go check us out on Patreon for $5 a month. You can get ad-free episodes of the Schwedcast and is the best way to personally support me and this channel.